To access all full body language breakdown videos in entirety, hours upon hours, click the link in the description to take you through to the Patreon. Thanks. Everyday superpower, we talk body language, relationships, game, and everything in between. Moving onwards with our series, the question that has been posed to this group by the comedian, by the alpha male, by the chosen man is, what's the pettiest reason you've broken up with someone, your ex-boyfriend and so forth. Now, if you're joining me just now, enjoy the show. We're going to get into some great information. I'll teach you about attraction, body language and all of that good stuff. But if you are joining me just now, you'll have a whale of a time starting from the start. The comment section will have a link that leads to the playlist. Now, let's keep on moving, yes, into uncharted territory. We've just had short kings buried. You short people have been called a genetic misdemeanor of the face of this earth. You've been put down. It's a shameful situation. If you are 5'9", it's over for you. It's over. If you understand what I'm talking about, you need to go back and watch the last video. Now, let's keep on moving.
I can't have short kids. You gotta protect the genes, okay?
Now, that's crazy. Think about what she's just said. You've got to protect the genes. That's crazy, don't you think? Whoa. That's someone's genetic makeup. That like she's speaking of genes, saying your genes aren't good enough. That's crazy. That's eugenics. Come on now. But we keep an open mind here. I'm not offended. If anything, I'm actually very happy for open communication to this degree of reality. As long as we can talk both ways. Do you know where I'm coming from? As long as we can be honest across the board, I'll throw the short kings under the bus for the sake of open discussion about genes, genetic makeup, and realistic conversation. Let's keep on moving, because as I've said before, biological reality is not politically correct. Okay? Let's keep on moving, yeah?
Okay. The pettiest thing I've ever...
Moving on. I've not heard this girl's opinion. Let's have a quick deke of how they are looking. This girl here on your right-hand side, furthest to the right-hand side, she is perpetually giving her attention to the production team, the people behind the camera, and we know that because her leading foot points towards that. We walk towards that which we are attracted to. She doesn't even know her foot's pointing in that direction. She's too busy focusing on her face, her upper body, and blading that in the way which shows that she's supposedly giving attention to whomever is speaking. It's not the case, and we see it with the girl who's just spoken beside her, the black girl, right? Her feet are leading in the same direction, all right? So obviously, the production team in between cut scenes might have just said, all right, let's move on, move on to the next person. And so that's why their attention is garnered over in that particular direction. Anyway, what you'll also see is there's a new separation in the group. Okay, so Ginger Girl at the end has been ostracized from the group since day one. She's having a real hard problem. I'd be surprised if she integrates back into this group. We can see a distance between her and the group, but what we also see now is a separation between Pink Girl, Pink and Blonde, and the black girl who's just spoken, right? That space was not there on the last assessment of where these people stood, right? Let's keep moving.
Done was I ended a relationship because I found out what their zodiac sign was, and I don't f with that zodiac sign.
That's crazy. This is going to raise interesting discussion because we're getting into the world of astrology, right? And women have fucked up astrology, right? Astrology has got serious roots in the occult and the esoteric and in knowledge in general. Astrology went on to be astronomy, right? Which is a very serious, well-acknowledged science, right? A lot of misinformation in there. You get told a lot of nonsense which isn't true, which we won't talk about. We're talking relationships here, not conspiracy. But like its partner, alchemy, it went on to create chemistry. So it actually forms a foundation and a root of some real serious knowledge and information. And men are like, oh, star signs and all this and that. It's ridiculous. It's nonsense in this, because these women have just, sort of, pissed all over the actual depth of information that there is. I'm not even going to point a finger purely at the women. It's the men as well, but men have this awkward, preconception that it's complete nonsense when it's study of the stars and birth charts and understanding you as a person internally, Not to say that you look at the time you're born and that gives you, your character and your behavior and stuff. I'm not saying it's as clear as that, but I'm saying any sort of engagement of self and knowledge to how this world works and how we manifest in this world and how certain people might engage in the recognition of patterns, it aligns completely with what we talk about on this channel when it comes to understanding human to a deeper level, right? Everything has a crossover, right? We've got 3 planes, yeah? We've got the material plane, which we are assessing right now. There's a psychological plane that vibrates at a higher frequency, and above that we've got a spiritual plane, right? And above that we've got God. And it all works on vibration, right? Which manifests. Everything vibrates. The table, this laptop, and it's solid wood, but it vibrates. If we put a microscope on here and paid attention to the atoms and to the electrons and the ions and so on and so forth, it's all moving. And our emotion and our means of thinking and our brain activity vibrates to a higher degree, and so on and so forth, right? It's crazy. Let's keep going.
You were literally just meowing. You were just...
And it's the same group of individuals. Like, you want to look into Hermeticism, the Hermetics, if you want to, find good information as far as this crazy stuff is concerned.
Just meowing.
If you are,
Let's keep going. Let's go back.
with that zodiac sign.
You were literally just meowing. You were just meowing.
If you are, it doesn't matter. I don't like
the sign?
Scorpios.
Scorpios. Yeah, I'll tell you what. As far as I know, I understand the symbolism, but I don't go into depth of knowing the character of these zodiac signs. I've not gone into that because, it is a bit of a pseudoscience. So I've prioritized other information in my life. But what we know about Scorpios, supposedly they're good lovers. The sting of the tail, that's what they say. Now, do I believe in that? No, not really, but that's what they say. That's what I know about Scorpio.
I'm a Scorpio.
And look at the hand gesture, because it represents the size of the penis. Have you seen this? This is a great nonverbal cue. Look.
Scorpios.
Scorpio, she says, because the sting of the tail and it's a phallic symbol, right? She's gassed.
I'm a Scorpio.
I'm a Scorpio, she says, as she expands and exposes herself. Goth girl covering her crotch. Defensive. When did that manifest?
If you
That was always there.
are, it doesn't matter. I don't
What's
like
the sign?
Scorpios.
I'm a Scorpio. You.
Get her out!
It makes sense.
What are you?
Makes sense, honestly.
Capricorn.
What the?
Work, motivated, hungry, big dick.
Devil, horn, devil, evil. Okay, you go next. Okay, so
Right.
the
Go on! This is crazy, because if you're joining me just now, this girl hasn't got a voice. None of these people respect her, want to hear about what she has to say, and she's not very confident in that regards.
so anyways,
She's got the attention. How does she use this attention? It's working. All right. Let's see what I go on.
the pettiest thing I ever did was leave a guy after talking to him for 2 months because he texted me at 1:30.
Do you know what you call that? That's called a nick. People will say, what? You can't even do it. Add it to the ick list. It's an overt feminine behavior. It's an overt feminine behavior. E is excitement. It's excitement. You're not gonna get my guy from 50 Shades of Grey texting a woman that. You're not gonna get Don Magic One texting someone. Like, you're not gonna get Sinful the P texting a lady that. Rest in peace. You're not gonna get a man who understands how he will be perceived by a woman through his knowledge texting a woman that. Okay? I'm just putting you on. I'm putting you on. These icks and these what might seem like tiny little redundant, ridiculous things are rooted through a recognition of patterns. This woman sees how a higher quality man operates, how a masculine man operates, and she sees how you react and compares and contrasts and weighs you up to your competition.
In the morning. Like E. And then I saw it, and then I was like, I actually don't think we should see each other anymore. This is kind of ridiculous that you would text me this at 1:30.
She didn't text him that. She did not.
In the morning.
But like, was he having a stroke?
He was just a Markiplier
or
fan.
Yeah, he was just a Markiplier fan probably, but I don't know. It kind of
I don't get the reference. Markiplier seems like an alright dude, but I don't know the reference.
pissed me off, and I was like,
All right, guys,
Pissed off is crazy.
that's the end of the cocktail hour. We're gonna move on to the final round, but
Let's see what the final round is, yeah?
before that, there needs to be an elimination, which means we have to eliminate all but 3 women. All right, guys.
Right, elimination. They're eliminating all but 3. I'll see you on the next video, yeah? Thank you for watching. You can watch all body language breakdown videos, hours on hours of content, including the game I can't give here, via the Patreon. The link is in the description.